Welcome back to the show.
Yeah.
So we're here to talk about Amazing Race Season 38, Episode 8.
Oh, it was a good episode.
And I felt like we had a lot of fun stuff that we chatted about in the live Q&A. We had a bunch of fans joining us, talking about different things, getting those hot takes as people were kind of breaking things down. But then there were a bunch of things that came to mind after that I'm excited to like kind of get into more like with this deep dive. So what I love about this panel recap is that we have the opportunity to bring on lots of different fans of the Amazing Race in different aspects, right? We have our current racers, our former racers, even fans that are joining us. And I feel like the lineup for this week is going to be, huge. I think, a lot of fun, right? So let's add this format for a second. And then to bring in our next guest, I do have a fun video to show. And I think it hallmarks this person's just amazing game. Like, we're going to talk about it. But first, let's watch this video and then we'll chat. We'll bring them in.
Hurry. America, your girl, your microchip literally started from the bottom, and now I am here. It is a testament. It is not how you start in this game. It's how you choose to continue to get up and finish. I knew early on I wanted to position myself in this game where I did not have to rely on competitions to win. I wanted to position myself socially to, no matter what happened, I had people who would take me to the end. And here in the final three, it was both Cam and Mackenzie. And I knew both of them would take me to the end. That is a testament.
Bringing in Chelsie and Jack to the show. Welcome.
Oh my gosh, Jack, how proud are you of that speech? Like, first of all, it looked effortless. It was just like, let me just talk real quick. Yes. It didn't look rehearsed or planned at all. You were so professional and it was awesome. Holy crap.
I'm sitting next to a diamond. Let me polish it.
That's right. So many different facets, so many different ways. No, so first off, I need to give a huge shout out. Some people may know this. People that are BB fans, I'm sure know this, but people tuning in to the Amazing Race, and this might be the first time they're seeing BB fans, you may not understand what an amazing queen is in our presence. She played the first female perfect game of Big Brother. Now, let me just explain what that means.
Yes.
No eviction, no votes against, and a unanimous win. Every jury vote for this queen right here. Like, that's epic. And it's only been done by 2 males over the seasons that have been played, and that's Dan and that's Cody, both of which have played on Traitors. Not saying
Traitors
is going to be on another show. But I don't know how you don't bring Chelsie on the Traitors, right? All right, let's get into it. Chelsie, amazing job. What did that mean for you? What was that like?
It meant everything to me. I've watched that show specifically since I was 11 or 12 years old, and I didn't go into that show saying I wanted to play a perfect game. I didn't even know any of the stats until we did press interviews afterwards. And they were like, how did you feel you played a perfect game? I said, what does that mean? So to play a game that I loved and then win the way that I did, it's like, it was so special to me. I just yesterday, I was like, I need to pinch myself. I can't believe I won Big Brother. What the heck? So I feel so honored to have won the game.
That's amazing job. And we have 3 Big Brother winners on this season of the Amazing Race. And all 3 of those teams are still in it. There's 6 teams left. I mean, with such a huge target on your shoulders as a winner, I mean, you're killing it. You're doing better than half of the teams already. Like, awesome. Great job, guys.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, let's bring in our other guest because I definitely want to get into this episode because there's so much to talk about. But to bring in this next guest properly, I had to find this interview that was done on TV because there's a story here that if you don't know about it, you should know it. And for those who watch The Amazing Race, you heard about it for sure. But I'm going to play this clip for you. It's a little bit longer than our standard video, but it's worth the watch. So we'll watch this, then we'll bring in our next guest.
It's a story about 2 little girls and the beauty of a life's journey. Emily Bushnell says she grew up in a home full of love in the suburbs of Philadelphia. She was the youngest child in a Jewish family who welcomed her into their arms.
My name is Emily Bushnell, and today is my 36th birthday. I was adopted when I was 3 months old. I came to the United States on an airplane from Korea.
While Emily was getting close to a kitten named Sumi in Philadelphia, Molly Sinnert was getting just as close to a cat named Whiskers growing up in Florida.
My name is Molly Sinnert, and today is my 36th birthday. I was also adopted to a Jewish family. My parents drove up from Florida, picked me up right off the plane. They tell me I looked at my mom's hair because she has blonde hair, and I was just in awe, and I couldn't stop staring at it.
They were separated by thousands of miles, but had no idea how close they really were. This is third grade. This is middle school.
Pictures.
This is their senior year, and neither of them knew that the other existed. Molly is now married, living near Palm Beach, Florida. Emily is a single mother in Ardmore, Pennsylvania, with an 11-year-old daughter who had unanswered questions.
I wanted to do the DNA test because she was adopted, and I wanted to find out if I had more family on her side.
It's all
Emily didn't want to do it, but her daughter Isabel took the test. On the other side of the country, Molly Sinnert wanted to know her health history and took the same DNA test. She got the results back a little over a month ago, and it didn't make sense at all.
I clicked on the close relative, and I didn't understand it. You share 49.96% DNA with this person, and
daughter.
We predict that she's your daughter. Like, this is obviously not right because I've never gone into labor, don't have children. And sure enough, she had written back and said, "Wow, Molly, my mother was adopted from South Korea in 1985. And I'm gonna cry because it's just reliving it is amazing. And her birthday is March 29th. My life changed.
The reason the DNA test was telling her she had a daughter is because she had a sister who had a daughter, and that sister is her identical twin.
A hole was immediately filled in my heart. Although I have family who love me and adore me and have been absolutely wonderful, there was always a feeling of disconnection. Finding out that I had an identical twin sister just made everything so clear. It all makes sense.
They started texting and sending each other photos and started noticing that even when they were just a few years old, both families were cutting their hair the same. Of all the photos, they say this one stood out.
Our senior prom picture, where we're both wearing a beaded dress with a strapless style, and our hair was exactly the same. And I realized that this is probably one of many twin moments that we'll discover.
They decided they wouldn't Zoom or FaceTime when they saw each other for the first time. They wanted it to be in person.
Until we meet each other in person on our birthday. What?
Birthday celebration.
March 29th.
Getting really nervous now.
And we were there.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Camera right in the face. Just like
This is real. It's real. It's real. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Oh, they did the
And they
same
do the
thing.
same
You do
thing.
the same things as I do. Oh my gosh, this is so bizarre. This is so weird. It's like looking in a mirror.
All right, there was more to the
Oh
video,
my
but
gosh.
let's bring in our next guest, Molly.
Molly.
Okay.
I wasn't ready for that, Scott.
Oh my
Oh.
gosh.
Yeah.
Well, we couldn't have your sister on, Emily. She was busy, and it would have been an extra special moment. But for those that did not follow Amazing Race season 34, you guys killed it. Second place overall, first place in one leg. Like,
how long did you guys
dominant.
know each other? How long from that meeting till you were on the Amazing Race?
It was about a year.
So you're still getting to know each other, and you're like, let's go do the Amazing Race.
It was like the best. I mean, I love and hate that I was on a COVID season because I didn't get to experience the race and all of its glory and all the travel chaos and all that. But it afforded us the time to quarantine and be together in a hotel and not have any distractions from life. We probably should have been strategizing in between legs, but instead we were like playing card games, talking about, family traditions and things like that, watching movies. And but yeah, no, it was such a fortunate and incredible experience for us to do that. And we obviously had no hope of even making it to the final leg. So to come in second was a complete shock, and it was great.
And I remember Emily having a lot of knee problems that she was navigating, where you guys had some close moments where maybe you were going to get eliminated, but she persevered, she pushed through. You were amazingly supportive. Like, you couldn't help but root for you guys to like win the whole thing. Like, it was so fun.
Thank you.
Well, it's always so great. Casting does such a great job of finding really fun, like father and daughters, or husbands and wives, or sisters, like that have a really unique connection. I mean, obviously, if everyone was boring, they're not going to have them on. But every episode, we just fell in love with you and your sister because of the story that was just so mind-blowing. Like, there were so many similarities that they showed, like, on the Amazing Race. I mean, that video was incredible. But then to watch you guys, like, just act like you already knew each other for your whole
years.
life. Like, you weren't apart. Like, it was so fascinating, and we just fell in love, and we were screaming for you guys to win. I mean, second place is still amazing, but
first twins to ever make the finale, first off. So in 34 seasons, lots of twins have been on the show, but no one had made the finale. So like, that was landmark. And then to finish second overall, just a lot of fun. Unfortunately, lost to some BB players.
Yeah.
And so I think it's kind of cute that we have a BB season now. So no
you
hate
know what?
Derek and Claire,
being on the show with Claire and Derek, it got me into BB. My parents love Big Brother. I mean, that was the show in fact, I think I want to say they loved Derek on the season, and they were always like, "Oh, maybe Emily should meet Derek," and he's an Asian guy. Like, and then
matchmaker.
Yeah, this show with him is kind of funny, but and now I feel like we're kind of part of a little bit of the BB Amazing Race family. Your co-stars, Chelsie and Jack.
Yes.
So it's it's a great CBS reality family to be a part of.
Yeah, we love the big trifecta, Survivor, Big Brother, Amazing Race. They kind of started together. They've continued together. It's been awesome. So we love the crossover. I do like other shows. Like, to be fair, I'm a huge fan of Traitors.
Traitors.
There's another show that's recently been on another network.
We fell in love with it.
I am in love with. And I'm so excited to have these next guests with us because he played an amazing game. Not a perfect game. There were some mess ups, but still an incredible game.
But it's hard to play a brand new game when you haven't watched other people play it, so you know how to like tweak it. So I mean, we were cheering for him the whole time.
He was a main character for the season for sure. He was so fun to watch, but so fun to navigate that slippery middle area between some dominant alliances that were building to the point where he was just like, I'm going to make my own alliance. No one wants to work with me. Like, I'm going to make this happen. But let's watch this video, and then we'll bring these next guests in with us. But just to show how much of a main character he was, this short little clip, and then there's a second clip that comes in right behind it.
And Rick says he has a magic mirror. Rick. All right, Rick. And Rick. All right, Rick. Well, Rick.
Peter. One of you is at Destination X.
Everything I worked for, all the sacrifices, it's ending right here.
But who?
Oh my gosh.
The show. Winner from season 1, Rick and his beautiful wife, Sonia.
Welcome.
Hello.
Oh my gosh. Rick, it was so fun. I love just the way the show is built and like transporting the people and like with the goggles. But I am going to have to say that host, he is one of my favorites. I don't know how well I could have played with him always saying, Lori. I've been like, yes.
Say my name again.
Oh, he is so hot.
I'm right here, babe.
I love you, babe.
Tell us about your experience. Like, you went on a European adventure, like Destination X, for those who didn't watch. I'm spoiling it already.
Yeah.
Rick won. they predominantly, or not predominantly, exclusively stayed in Europe, and Big Brother joining over the Amazing Race, like this was a European adventure as well. So I think it's kind of fitting that you're joining us for this season of Amazing Race. But tell us about Destination X.
Yeah, first, thanks Scott and Lori for having both of us on. It's an honor to be here. And Jack and Chelsie, I'm enjoying watching you guys play. Chelsie, if I had to go up against you at the round table, I'm peeing my pants. That motivational speech there at the end of Big Brother, like you crushed it. Well done.
Thank you so much.
So we're just happy to be here. But Destination, you can't plan for a show that doesn't exist, right?
Right.
There's a couple of European versions that I watched and translated, but you don't know what Jeffrey Dean Morgan's going to do, what twists and turns, what new things. Just for an aside, he is a cool guy. Like on screen and off screen, he's fun to hang out with. He was super chill to be with. He would talk to us. We're both from Seattle, so we had that in common. So it was nice to connect over some Seattle sports stuff. But so basically, you're in a bus for 30 days, not in a house for 90 days, but we're in a bus for 30 with no windows. So if you get car sick or if you are claustrophobic, this is not the game for you. And you only get glimpses out the window for like 10 seconds a day. Or if there's a challenge, you get outside the bus, but you're trying to win a challenge, but you're also trying to look for clues. Like, are these trees from Armenia or are these where are we? And then you got to place your X on the map at the end of each episode. Furthest away gets kicked off the bus. And then it goes from 10 to 9 to 8, and it gets harder and harder. And then we drive to a new place or fly. And it starts all over again.
So there were some flights involved.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
We flew to London for the finale.
That's right. I remember now. Okay. And were there two buses? Lori thought one was a sleeper
I thought there was
bus,
two buses, a sleep bus and a travel bus.
It's the worst kept secret. I'm not allowed to tell you how many buses there are. Okay. But you can look around and do some math and say,
some shots showed two buses. I don't know if that was like crew bus, but then also when you guys are sleeping, like there was different stairs versus the bus where like Jeff.
Lori's got the attention to detail
too. In the middle and the steps, and like that's all, and then that back room is where you vote. I'm like.
Those attention to details, Lori, would make you a great player for Destination.
No, but here's the thing. Where Lori struggles, though, is she's too busy taking in the sights. She's not looking for the clues. Like, what does that coin mean? Or what is that shield? Like, as you're completing challenges, what Rick was talking about was they've sprinkled clues into the challenges about where you're at. And if you're deciphering the clues that they're giving you well enough, you'll know exactly where you should be guessing. And
it was crazy clues, like the shoes that Jeffrey was wearing, or like the pot of flowers, like stuff that you wouldn't even like normally look at or even care about, but you're just like, oh my gosh, I gotta take that.
Does that mean something?
It was so well done. I can't wait.
And like there was sorry, I know there was one episode where there was a picture of Jennifer Aniston, and a picture of Eva Longoria. And if you were smart enough to put it together, Geneva.
No way.
Yep. Inside a cabin with a bunch of other clues too. So there was like overwhelming the amount of stuff you're being fed, and you have to figure out anyways. We're not here to talk about Destination X, although it's a fun show.
We should have.
And we're not here to talk about Traders, even though Peter was from Traders, an amazing guy. Loved watching him on Traders, loved watching him on Destination X. You guys did a great job. But we're here to talk about the Amazing Race. So
this is my wife, Sonia. She's here.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Hi, Sonia. Oh, and for a fun aside, we just learned that we're roommates with Rick and Sonia in Orlando for the big celebrity weekend getaway. So we're stoked to have our roommates on the show. So welcome, Sonia. All right. So episode 8, season 38 is called Oh Egg, Where Art Thou? And we're staying in Bucharest, and we're going to go all over and just, I guess, do some exploring urban style. Chelsie, Jack, what were your thoughts as you were doing the departure here? You know, you've only finished a minute ahead of Izzy and Paige. There's only 6 teams at this point. You have no idea how far ahead the other teams may or may not be. Like, are you stressed? Are you guys worried? Like, what are you thinking?
Well, being last, you're always worried, or at the bottom of the list. How would I say that? You're always worried. And I tell people it's not more about winning the race. It's more about not continuing to move on to the next phase, which you don't know what it is, and that's the fun part about it. But yes, nervous, and then the tensions get a little bit more well, I don't even know what
intense,
word, but more intense as you get, yes, and as you guys saw that. But our whole thing was not to mess up our navigation again, which we did. Which we did.
We'll get into that. Yes, we have a few screen grabs of some.
Yeah, it was a little more stressful. Yes, starting that day.
I have to.
Oh, sorry. When you started the interviews and started talking about navigation, I was like, oh, they're gonna have problems navigating.
somebody put in a chat online, it's not an Amazing Race episode if Jack and Chelsie don't get lost. I said, you know what? That's accurate. You're welcome. It's more consistency. Okay?
Well, and you rip and read, and I grabbed the screenshot with some closed captions here so that we could hear what Eric was telling us. Right off this says you must not travel by taxi further until further notice. Did that stress you out? Like, do you feel like you were being a little reliant on taxis when it wasn't self-driving up until this point where you haven't had to do a lot of navigating? Like, what were your thoughts?
Yeah, anything that said like we couldn't use a taxi, we're stressed out because we were lost 90% of this race. So whenever we heard taxi, we're like, yes, we can just sit and do nothing. And we'll be fine. So we were nervous. Yeah, we were definitely nervous, especially in Romania. Like the first leg we kind of stayed within the same area. So we went skydiving. The sheep were really close. The boats were really close. So we didn't really have to go far. So we didn't get lost. So here it felt like, oh, we're gonna have to travel a lot, and we're not built for that.
Yeah. We know that there were express passes that were going to expire in this episode, so we expected those were both going to get played. But right out of the bat, you rip and read, you find out you're supposed to go to this park, Bucharest Herăstrău Park. We get a little bit of a clue or information that this is a massive park, like almost like the Central Park of Bucharest. Was there information in the additional information that gave you a little bit better idea about where specifically you're trying to go? Because I kept hearing Jack say something about King something or other. Like was there something about that specific area in the park?
I don't recall. I don't remember. I just remember us getting off we found the park with no problems off of the train, the subway.
Okay.
It was once we got to the park, it's like, oh no. And then we literally went the opposite direction. And then we went around the park and realized we need to go all the way back to where we started, which took us probably about 45 minutes the whole time.
The park is really big.
Yes.
So the King, whatever they were talking about on the additional info was the name of the park, but it's huge. So then you get to that park and then you have to find out where this little egg hunt thing is. So we got to where we needed to be very fast, and then we're like, okay, where's this poo box at? So we're running around like crazy. He's injured. So anytime where he got injured, like after like 2. So it was really like the amazing walk for us because literally Bertram, the creator of the show, he's like, there's one leg, he's like, run. I said, Bertram, you're gonna have to change the title of this show to The Amazing Walk. Listen, he can't.
I couldn't.
He can run. So we were like, if getting lost 45 minutes is just putting
that's huge
more stress on our body, it's really bad for us specifically. But we eventually after 45 minutes found where we needed to go.
Well, and to your credit, you do really well in the challenges when you get to them. So so that's helpful. And I have heard Darren say that, and Lori made a huge comment about this after she heard Darren say it. Darren said that you can actually win the Amazing Race and never run and simply walk from one thing to the next. And that's his claim. He's all, it's more about the challenges than it is about like the taxis or, again, getting lost, like that can be a bad thing, but it's not necessarily about the speed at which somebody runs. You can still win the Amazing Race and not be a fast racer. So for what it's worth, you were testing that.
I think so. But I'll tell you this. When you're racing against Eric and Tucker and Kylan and Taylor, which are all freaking athletes, they're just blowing by you. It's like, oh my God. So, but because Izzy and Paige, they were with us the whole time, and they weren't big runners at all, but they were very smart with their challenges. Yes, and good.
Sonia, I have a question for you. I've heard from Rick that you two are interested in running the Amazing Race together. You guys actually have been big Amazing Race fans for a long time. Is that right?
That is our life.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that. That's awesome.
You're in.
Have you auditioned? Have you guys sent an audition tape?
Not yet. I'm still being owned by NBC for a few more months, but if they don't use me, I can apply for CBS shows. But that's
all right. So practice navigating, because Rick, you didn't navigate. So Sonia,
there's definitely some lessons that can be learned in this episode. Things maybe not to do.
Advantage that we were married before Google Maps, so we did do that.
There you go. That's a great one to put in the video.
Yes.
All right, so moving along, we do get to this Expedia experience with this expert with just lots of Romanian egg hunting, right? So this is an Easter egg hunt. Was it around Easter time when you guys were running the race, or was this just something that they had to like create out of thin air?
No, this was around Easter. So we were in April at this time.
Okay, so then that's interesting. So that's helpful. And for those who watch the Amazing Race, you know that there's going to be these certain staple type challenges that the Amazing Race is always good at. And by that, I mean there's attention to detail, or there's memory challenges, or there's a needle in the haystack. And in many respects, that's what this challenge was intended to be. And there's elements of it that you have to, well, Jazz and Jag hit it on the button with the fact that they decided they were going to use their Express Pass on this challenge because they felt like there was an element of luck because it's a needle in a haystack. Everyone's searching the same haystack though. Some of the needle in the haystack challenges on other seasons, you have your own silo, your own haystack that you're trying to find something in. But in this one, everyone's searching the same field, the same group of eggs that can be found are all in that same kind of spot. Are you using your Express Pass on this challenge or not? If you had one, that's my question to the panel.
Not if I came in.
If
I came in 6, yes, absolutely. But if I'm the second one to show up, I got plenty of time to test my luck before I have to resort to using it. But I think Jazz and Jag knew they were so strong. They were just gunning for first. I don't think they weren't using it as a survival tool. It was more of a, we want to take home some Expedia points.
Rick and Sonia, are you using your Express Pass on this challenge?
All right. My only thought on this is if you're going to use it right away like they did. They came in knowing they're not going to look for 10 minutes and then use it. And they wanted to know that they were in first place. I think the worry is if you go to the detour and one team goes left, you go right, you don't know if you use Express Pass if you're going to be in first or not. This is the only way they know for sure that they're in first place. And I think that's what they wanted.
Yeah. Jack and Chelsie, if you guys had an Express Pass, were you using it on this challenge or are you saving it?
I don't on that one. I don't know. I think we probably would have used it, but and same thing, not try it first, just decide to use it and go. But that would have been nice to have Express Pass. You don't give it to the strongest freak guys on the team.
I agree.
Well, two strong held Express Passes like that.
Come on now.
That's going back to episode 1. That argument has been made.
Yes,
but
yeah, I think we would have used it.
Okay, so Lori and I are not using it, and the reason why is that we're saving Express Passes for detours, and that's because detour tasks notoriously are meant to be accomplished by 2 people, so they're usually twice as hard. And additionally, you are getting there, like Molly said, early on in this common haystack. So while Izzy and Paige recognize, and that's why I threw the screenshot up there, they're getting there late. They're second to last, just ahead of you guys. They realize this haystack's been picked over. There's less chances to be successful because there's less of those, correct eggs to find. Jazz and Jag are their second. There's plenty of Easter eggs to find. I don't think there's a reason to use it that early. So I'm going to be critical and say, I don't think they should have used it. I think you save it for Detour, which is what we see Taylor and Kylan do. But let's move on. The moment I thought was cute. You definitely see Joseph still giving this cute little heart eyes to Taylor through this whole season, like talking about running
Chelsea's
the race
like,
with the love of her life. And Joseph's like, I know, I'm right here.
Out of that conversation.
Oh, Joseph.
But I did like the fact that Kylan, being attentive to detail, he was communicating to Adam the tricks he was noticing. It's the white triangles, it's the red squares. Like, this is what you should be looking for. So I love that help. I love him being able to do it. But this guy was the star of the episode.
Oh my gosh, he's so funny.
All right, Rick, you're a birder. Like, you're big into birds. What was your thoughts on this scary chicken?
Yeah, there's a lot of things wrong with this chicken. First, it creeped the hell out of me. Like, it's like, is he looking straight or is he looking left? I couldn't figure that out. Like, I wanted to punch him, and I think the hot take is from Sonia here.
Okay, it's a question actually for everybody. Who is the chicken? And I only want to hear conspiracy theories.
It's Bertram.
Bertram's wanted to be on screen for so long. And he's like, put me in that costume. And he's doing the side only because he's looking for direction. I'm like, what am I supposed to do?
Rick and Sonia, I don't know if you know who Bertram is, but he's like, how old is Bertram? And it's like
he's
80 something.
He's in his 80s.
Yes.
He's the creator of like
with tracks. I think he's uncovered
the fact that he didn't know which way to point his head, and he's never been in this type of costume before.
Yes.
So did he talk at all, Chelsie and Jack? Like, did you hear him talking, or he was silent?
He's very silent, and like he can't see in that costume. Whoever it is can't see in that costume. So
because Bertram is short.
So they had to like hand the chicken
the clue or the postcard,
and had to like tap it if it was a yes or a no. So it was like this awkward like, chicken, is this right? And the
chicken language.
Like,
Chicken's going.
And the producer would be like, no.
And for those who don't follow The Amazing Race, or maybe you don't know this tidbit, because it's so important for these challenges to be judged fairly because of rules, production is judging. It's not these local people that are there that are always on camera giving you the nod. They're looking off camera, getting the permission, and then handing over a clue.
And Bertram still had no idea if he wanted or not. So he had to be tapped on the shoulder. Bertram,
I love Bertram because there's times where he's legit so focused on getting the shots he wants on his iPhone that like he's in the shots. And they're like ushering him out is hilarious.
I love him.
Was there any doubt that you're trying to match the egg that is in the big example to what you're trying to find? Because I'm seeing some people suggest eggs that were clearly the wrong design.
Chelsie.
Why waste time with that? Why waste time with that?
Yeah, because like all the eggs kind of look the same. So we thought throughout this whole race, all of us thought we were being tricked all the time. We're like, everything is a trick. Everything. So you're reading through stuff. When you actually realize, hindsight, The Amazing Race is actually literal when it comes to what they're putting on the clues.
True.
Yeah. So when they say like find the egg, like example, it's literally that example, find it. But we're just special in all the good ways and bad ways. So we're thinking it's a trick, maybe it's a different type of egg. So we weren't finding that egg. So we're like, let's just try something else, see if we're doing something wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
And maybe there's information that can be gained by making the attempt. Because sometimes like we saw with Jazz, or maybe it was Jag, I can't remember now who, but when they asked the questions and they answered it wrong, they went back and had them ask the questions again. That was brilliant because that helped them realize it changed. And we're not memorizing a set number of answers, right? So sometimes the attempt can be helpful. Adam made a lot of like, and it caused his sugar to literally crash. And so I've got this screen set up just to pay attention for a moment to just how much he was struggling, not for the attention of like, you guys suck, but to help the viewers understand what he's tackled by going on the Amazing Race with the condition that he has with type 1 diabetes. Joseph talks about the fact that he was given a special device that let him monitor sugar levels, and he was getting critical alarms during this moment where his sugar was so low he thought Adam was going to pass out.
Yes.
Like, this is bad stuff. Like, this can be life-threatening kind of things. People need to understand just how serious like this kind of stuff is. But despite that, Adam persisted. He pushed through. He got it. I mean, amazing.
They did share a funny story a while back with us because they were given a phone that had like nothing on it except, you know, to help monitor this. But production would check it like just in case, and they would check it like 5, 6, 7 times a day. And then after 2 legs, when they saw them getting lost so much, they were like, "Yeah, we don't know
anymore.
You know for sure they're not using it for directional." Look at that, like it's so funny. And I'm sure they still checked it, you know, to be fair. But some people they saw that he was holding a phone and were like, people were like, "What the heck? He has a phone." I mean, it was a device to help him monitor and not to help with, you know, navigation or weather or language interpretation. Like, it was none of that. Like, everything was blocked except for that. But
in one of the previous episodes, you see him in the back of a taxi holding the phone, and I'm like,
busted! Cheater!
That's the time to explain it, but they never did.
They never. I mean, they told us personally, we thought that was funny that they're like, we don't need to check it very often. You guys are definitely not using it. And they were like, we didn't even want to check it for our levels because we didn't want them to think we're cheating. We didn't even want to like open it or hold it. Like they were. So
Joseph said he would wait until it alarmed and then look to see what the number was because he didn't want to be checking it randomly, making them think. But Jack, you had a thought?
Yeah. So what people don't know is at the end of this egg hunt, I was standing next to Joseph, right?
Joseph.
And what a lot of people don't know, once they finished the race, they had to take a break for him to get his sugar back up. So it could have been a 10 to 15 minute delay. People they edit all that out. So throughout this whole race, they were hindered based on his sugar. And with us getting lost, that's probably what helped. You know, when you see we were really close,
some
we
buffer
not got lost, we probably would have really been ahead.
Really extended the lead,
But people don't realize that was, and I commend Adam throughout that whole race, man. And everybody was real supportive of him and watching out for him, and because we knew this was something that had never been done before. So but a lot of you look at all the comments where people are saying you don't know until you're racing, and for him to attempt that.
Well, and that's why he breaks down in the car. He's just like, I lost
I'm
the race
holding
for
Joseph back.
Like, it was all my fault, even though he has no, like, I mean, there's things he can do, but there's nothing you can do really. And so he just felt the burden of it, and you just like felt it for him, and just like I was so. I mean, this is jumping ahead. Sorry, Scott, but when it feels like it's not an elimination day, I'm just like yes, like I was so happy for them. But,
put a pin in that discussion. We're not there yet, Lori. But I do want to say, and Jack nailed it. Joseph has the ability to call a timeout at any point in the race if there's a health concern. But they know if he does that, they are not getting any time credit back for that. And so Joseph's being very cautious about when he thinks Adam's in a critical moment to call that production stop down and get him some juice or get him something to eat. And he said he was going to call one at this point, and Adam intentionally runs further into the forest to make sure that they couldn't do it. I thought that was
Yes.
Life-threatening, but also interesting technique on Adam's part. So, all right, let's talk about the Palace of Parliament. This building got a lot of screen time, not only last episode, but also this episode. The heaviest building, apparently, in all of Romania. Massive building. Hard to miss. Hard to find, apparently. You're given a postcard, and that's all you've got to figure out where it is you need to go. Is that right, Chelsie?
Yeah, all it is a postcard, and we hop on the metro and we go. What they don't show is we ran into Tucker and Eric on the subway. On our way there, they were coming back. That's how far ahead they were. So they gave us some direction of like kind of what to look for. Okay. So nice. And you can't miss it. So getting there wasn't necessarily the challenge because it was so huge. It was no, it was when we left.
No,
there.
it was leaving.
Getting there wasn't. Leaving there was.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about a couple of key things. One was this decision right here. You get Jazz and Jag getting directions on where to go. Moments later, Eric finishes the egg and they decide to just run, not get the same information Jazz and Jag go, but just beeline it back for the metro. We know in hindsight that was the right call. I don't know, Molly. Is this smart racing to just run somewhere?
So no, not typically, but I wonder if they knew where this palace was and they knew they were backtracking because I looked it up on a map. It was up near the tomb of the forgotten soldier. So if they had somehow known, I don't know, research at the airport or whatever it was, if they knew that the palace was up there, then they knew to get back on that train and go in the same direction.
They knew. They knew.
They did. Okay, because I was like, I would never go on a train to somewhere that without any sort of, you know, guidance.
And it was the right thing to do, and they told us to do that, and we didn't do it. Yeah.
Well, I will say it proved to be monumental because they got on a train that Jazz and Jag did not. And Jazz and Jag are not slow runners. They're taking off right behind Eric and Tucker, trying to catch up, and they don't get on the train. So it makes for a big difference there. But I guess when you look at this metro map, you do realize that the blue line is the only metro line servicing that region. So maybe it's not a bad idea to run back to the metro and figure things out from there once you're on that metro. And they find out it's only 5 stops later. So again, brilliant move on their part. Yeah. But I feel like the number one rule of Amazing Race is you never run somewhere just to run. You've got to have a direction confirmation, or else it's potentially
maybe on the way, like Chelsie said, they already knew. So maybe on the way they were looking at a map, they had seen that, or they knew here's the park, here's the forgotten soldier, here's the parliament, blah blah blah. Like, and they kind of were like, it's that direction. Let's just get on the train and go, and then we'll figure out specifically where to go. I'm not sure because there is a lot of that stuff.
All right, 3 teams get on the same train. Like, you're on there. Did you know Izzy and Paige were on the train? Izzy and Paige thought maybe it stuck by and you guys didn't notice them. Did you know they were there?
No,
we didn't know.
No.
Okay.
I had no idea.
They knew we were on the train though. I think they saw us, but we didn't see them.
And I felt like Kylan and Taylor somehow knew, because it seemed like Kylan was talking about the fact that there's 3 teams, here together. Why separate? Because at one point I hear Chelsie say, why didn't we just follow Kylan and Taylor? Like, what happened at this point?
No, we did.
No, so we on the way there we did.
Okay.
We followed Taylor and Kylan. We actually knew all of it. Yeah, we knew. We thought you guys were talking on the way back from Parliament. We didn't know Izzy and Paige were, but we knew Taylor and Kylan were because we were right next to each other. So when we got off of the metro, it was us, Taylor and Kylan, but they
took off.
We can't run. So we're walking. We're walking. And it's probably like a good 1.5, 2 miles from the metro to Parliament, which they don't show. They act like you just get off and then there it is. No, there's this long run.
There's a ways.
Yeah, so we're running and they're running, we're walking.
I'm happy.
Yeah. So they get ahead of us. So but we didn't even see Izzy and Paige behind us when we were running, like at all.
Okay.
We didn't even see them get to Parliament, so they were a ways behind.
They were
us.
further behind too. Then,
Yeah.
Okay. So, and I guess that makes sense now because now we have an understanding of what that green beltway was that Eric and Tucker are running back from Parliament on when Jazz and Jag are running forward. It's that long stretch between where the metro station was and Parliament. Okay.
Yeah.
So you get there, you rip and read, you find out to detour, find the beat, hit the note. Did you know right away which one you were doing?
Yeah, right away. He kind of just was like, hit the note. And I was like, okay. We did most stuff we didn't strategize on what, who should do what. It was like, you do it or I'm not feeling well or,
right.
Just
yes.
So that's how it was. So it was hit the note. And I know he didn't want to do another dancing challenge from the last one that we did. So we were like, stay away from anything.
Yes, the bottom one.
Yeah. So yeah, we chose hit the note, and then that's where everything went downhill. Everything went downhill from that moment. I was like, oh my God. Yeah.
Let's talk for a moment though about this critical decision. I love it.
Yes.
And I want racers to understand why Kylan's saying what he's saying.
Brilliant.
They know they're using the express pass on the detour. They've already made that decision on the train, probably even before the leg began. That's why they didn't quibble about possibly using it on the egg hunt, even though they were struggling. They were like, no, saving it for the detour. They get there. Why is Kylan so obsessed with figuring out which one's closer? Do you guys know?
To turn it in and go.
Yeah.
So the express,
rip it.
So the express pass has to be handed over to the clue judge who gives the clue for it to be redeemed. And so he knows that by getting to the closer one, they're going to be able to redeem it faster because it doesn't matter which one it is. It just matters that they get to the clue giver as soon as possible and get that next clue so they can move on. So they're just deciding they're going to find the beat strictly based on the fact that it's the closer one to do. So that's good. You guys struggled a little bit. Let's talk about it.
A lot.
Yes.
So the moment we got to Parliament, we ripped the clue, chose where we were gonna go. The first guy we went to, he said you can only take a bus to get there. There's no direct metro, which was opposite of what Eric and Tucker had told us. So
I'm mad about that. I feel like he derailed your race.
It was bad.
And that's why I screenshot it. He says it's only one bus you need to walk 15 minutes until the bus.
And it was his directions were opposite. So which goes to show just your choice of who you go up to get directions can throw you off by hours. Y'all, we were lost for 3 hours. 3 hours.
And Scott, I think we got, you know how you guys mentioned you get in I call it racer's fixation.
Race brain. Yep,
so check this out. When we got on the subway and we saw Eric and Tucker, that was 2 days ahead of us
on the subway.
On the subway, and they told us after you finish Parliament, just come back to the same way and jump on the same train and head back. We knew that. We talked to them. We get to Parliament, and I think we saw Kylan and Taylor take off in another direction, opposite of what we were supposed to do. And it
messes with you.
Yes, mentally. I think we got sucked in, and then we started asking for direction. Next thing you know, we're going total opposite of what we were supposed to. And that's when we had our little father-daughter discussion on the bench.
Yes,
and we were stressed.
That's what we have with our sons too. We have lots of discussion.
I was not. Let me clarify. I was not stressed. Okay, I've been in I wasn't worried about that. I knew that there was a team potentially behind us. Anything happened. What frustrated me the most is like we're running aimlessly and he's hurt. I'm like, I'd rather sit and figure this trash out than just. So I knew
than just run aimlessly.
We're just running aimlessly, which for us, for Eric and Tucker, for any other team, they can run aimlessly and it's not really affect them. We cannot do that. So I was in my head the whole time thinking, for us specifically, running for 3 hours, running for 3 hours after he's already been injured. I'm like, it was frustrating because I'm thinking 2-3, I'm thinking finale. So I'm like, this 3-hour run is not going to set us up for the next leg. So I'm not even thinking about, I'm just thinking about, we're just running. Why are we just running?
Yeah. Oh, that was a tough.
And I felt that frustration in you, Chelsie, when you were like, well, why are you walking this way? If you had knowledge that it wasn't this way, why are you going along with me? Why don't you speak up? Like, I felt that frustration because you don't want him to go extra on his hurt. Yes. And he's like, well, I'm just following you.
I learned to keep my mouth shut. I was just her teammate and let her do her thing. I wasn't dad. I was not dad.
No, I was frustrated because I'm like, if I knew that we were running the wrong direction and he's injured, I'm gonna say, yo, we're supposed to be going this way and I can't run. Go the up. So I was like, why are you following me the wrong way?
Yeah, we had a little bit of that. Scott is way more map friendly in his mind. Like, I don't know directions at all. When we were running to a challenge, we saw one team in the parking lot running a direction, and then we saw another team going down a path. Scott was like, oh no, let's follow the brothers, let's go in the parking lot. I'm like, they were terrible. They're worse than us at directions. We should follow the girls down the path. But because Scott technically knows directions, we went with him the long way. I mean, we would have been eliminated no matter what, either way, but we went the longer way to the mat because I listened to Scott. So sometimes you could be, no, I know that Melinda and Erica are great with directions. We should have stayed on the path. We would have made it less running. Like, yes, I totally get that.
But sometimes you can't, the diamond was right. So I just,
well, the reason was like certain legs before that, there were moments where I was like, Dad, I told you. So he was kind of had trepidation because there were some moments where I was like, why are you running this way? The flag's right. I see it right here. What are you doing? Because it's like, being a big brother, I've been used to like drowning out the noise of the cameras and being able to critically think in these situations. So I felt less susceptible to race brain, and I'm sitting here like, this actually doesn't make sense. Why are we doing this? But my dad's never been in this environment before, so he's just like, run. I'm like, oh my God.
well, I will tell you this. What helped us too was Joseph and Adam were just as terrified with us.
Yeah,
their
thank goodness.
Navigation was just as bad, so that helped us.
Yeah. And
what was it about the navigation? Was it writing down the directions or being like you couldn't orient to like where you were, or was it harder in the car or on foot?
Everything. I don't even know. Everything was wrong. Everything is bad. In going into the race, the plan was he's going to be the primary navigator. Like, because he grew up on maps, I didn't. So I'm like, okay, he's got it. But then one thing that I don't think we took into account is the people that you're asking directions from are on the iPhones with Google Maps and all the things, which is more so me. So I put more weight on him. I'm like, that's my dad. He knows maps. He's a great navigator.
But you're the tech person.
Yeah,
generational differences.
But it became difficult for me halfway through this race because I was doing a lot of the challenges and then I was driving as well because I decided he's going to navigate, I drive. But then when we realized I'm like the tech savvy, I was doing the tech
You've got to do
and
both.
driving at a point. So I'm like, I can't do all of this by myself. So we had to keep switching our...
Molly, I think yes, I'm good with maps, but we only had a map like in the first leg of the race. All the other time, because when we had the map in the first leg of the race, we got right to where we needed to go. It was the deciphering the in another country, no
another language,
Rick and Sonia, no street signs like we see. Streets that don't run parallel. So all of this, trying to write this down, I got so confused. If we could do this again, and she would never do it again with her dad, but if we did it again, I would let her be the map taker, direction, write her down, and I would drive. And
I got one thing to say on that part of the episode. Right. I know it was probably hard for you to watch it, both of you looking back and remembering it. But as a fan and as a father, The whole water under the bridge conversation was my favorite of the entire episode. The way you looked and the way you spoke back, both of you, I was just like dying.
This was real.
Yeah.
They're like,
So
"Bring
Very
some
relatable.
drama."
Bring the drama. Love it.
Yes, you're welcome.
Where in the 3-hour moment was this point where this guy was giving you directions on the detour? Was this towards the end? Like, were you close at this point?
This one? Oh yeah, that was when we were on the street.
Yeah, we were very
Okay.
right there. We were right.
We passed it about 3 times.
Yeah.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, we were right there. Yeah, because
Okay.
there's several people, and you'll find this in Joseph and Adam's story as well. They don't really put it in the edit, but we just got really bad directions from certain people who would tell us it's this way, and it's like it was actually that way. So until we found the right person who was like, I know exactly where it's at. So we just got a really bad case of just finding the wrong people who didn't really know what they were talking about. And
Yeah, I felt like the guy in the parking lot at Parliament derailed it, and I felt like this was the guy that got you back on track.
Yes.
And like got to the detour. So
Yes.
all right. Well, you guys were running probably your worst leg of the season.
Yes. Oh, God.
This team was dominating.
Oh.
I just want to give a huge shout out to Izzy and Paige. First off, the meme that Amazing Race put out there where they're like, dare I say, if we get a musical challenge today, we might just become religious people. And sure enough, it's a flute challenge. We're a flutist. It's paid to play the flute. Like,
oh my gosh.
This could not have been a better challenge written for Izzy and Paige, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if fans were like mailing her Bibles or something. Because now she has to be religious.
I told her when we were in the airport or somewhere afterwards, I was like, God is on your side, my friend. Because of all things, a flute challenge.
I know.
What?
Well,
That's so random. She's a professional flute player.
Right?
Like, give me a bird watching challenge. It's not fair
Right.
to anybody, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, first off, she got it, I thought, on her first attempt, or maybe it was her second attempt with the egg. She got it very fast. They went from last place getting to the egg to third place.
Yes.
And then from there, getting to the flute challenge and getting it so quickly. And the
Yeah.
sausages was like a second attempt as well. Like,
Yeah, they did really well.
if you're watching this team, I think Jazz and Jag are right in the sense that there's a reason they've got a target on Izzy and Paige, and it's not because of Big Brother. It's because Jag knows she's a beast. Like, when it comes to challenges, these guys do not take multiple attempts like Joseph and Adam do. They're usually getting it on their first try or maybe their second try. It doesn't require many times after that because they're a smart, brilliant team. Like, kudos to these guys.
Yes.
All right. Let's tackle the challenge. So again, this was, the beat, find the beat versus hit the note. Jazz and Jag, I think, make a smart thing here in realizing that they don't need to go back and practice. If they're close to getting it, keep doing it, right? If there were other teams there at the challenge, the rules require you to go to the end of the queue, give another chance to pass, but no other teams are there. You're going to just keep running it. And I think they get it on like their fourth attempt or something.
I was disappointed in this dance challenge, although when they did the intro, the guys were doing a very complex, like, ankle slapping, clapping. And I was like, oh, this is going to be good. And then you see the actual dance and the spinning, whatever, back and forth. But I was like, man, they faked us out here. I thought
it was a watered down version.
I mean,
sure did.
Think about the river dance in season 35. That was really challenging. So,
Yeah, I thought the same thing, Molly. I was rewatching, I can't remember, season 20 or something, where they were in Russia and they would go down and then kick and then I'm like, I can hardly watch it. I'm like, oh my gosh, my knees, my back hurt. I'm like, we would have to do the other challenge. But these teams were like doing it. They weren't perfect, but I was like, that is a hard, and then dancing, like down and up, and then dancing. I'm like, and then this too, they're like little kick, and then a spin. But in the beginning, they're like, hey, yes, let's bring it. And then I'm like, that was much easier than I thought.
So the one challenge you had to make a flute, the other one you had to get dressed.
Right.
Which one do you think took longer? and which one was the more difficult challenge?
Well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about if your teams are on the Amazing Race, which one are you choosing and why? What's the strategy going into that? So I think that's a perfect segue, Rick. Let's start with you guys, Rick and Sonia. Which one are you choosing? What caters to your strengths?
Probably the flute. We both have some music in our.
Or he's going potty. Keep going.
We both like. I played the clarinet in middle
Okay.
school.
I played trumpet and the baritone, but we can both read. We can both read music.
Yeah.
So reading the notes, no problem.
And like our dance skills, like we love to dance at weddings, but like,
I'm white guy dancer.
we
No,
don't-
no, nope.
No one's putting us on stage. I'll tell you that.
Molly, you and Emily are coming to this challenge. Which one are you guys choosing?
Well, I would choose dance because I grew up dancing all my life. And I will say, you mentioned before that we were the first twins to make it to the final leg. And I think part of the reason is because we didn't grow up together. We didn't have the same life experiences. We actually balanced each other out a little bit more than
There was
I think.
definitely some yin and yang to that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Real-wise.
So Emily she almost has 2 left feet. It's kind of embarrassing. So it makes me proud that, it's not in my DNA to be a dancer and I was still pretty successful at it. So I think we'd have to go music, even though my heart would be in dance.
Okay. And then we know Chelsie and Jack, you guys chose Hit the Note. Was that because you knew Eric and Tucker had chosen that one and there was some leaning that direction, or was it more because you were trying to avoid the dancing because of remembering the bottle trauma?
I think it was
dance experience.
Well, for us, I love music. I don't play any instruments, but I love music. She plays and reads music. She plays piano. And the difficulty of the first dance, I was just like, this could be another tough dance routine.
Right.
So that's why we chose to go with the flute.
Okay. Lori, which one are we choosing? Are we doing Hit the Note for dancing, or are we, I'm sorry, find the beat to dance, or Hit the Note singing?
Well, hopefully we had the fast forward.
Express math.
I would think the flute.
I agree. I think the flute was the easier challenge here. I think assembling it wasn't that complicated. It seemed pretty easy to be able to put them,
Find the flat side.
in the correct way and have it facing the right way. Like, I don't think anyone really struggled building the flute. I think where people struggled was blowing, for lack of a better word, blowing the flute. Is that how you say it? I think that's not right. And the trick is, and you see it from the professional flutist, Izzy is coaching Paige so well here in their, kind of dynamic to like, you blow across the top. It's a very even flow of air, and you just kind of move, along kind of from one note to the other.
And could you see Izzy's eyes when she's playing, like professional eyes, and the way she played? I'm like, that is a pro move, right?
Yeah, she's pro.
Yeah. But it wasn't about just playing. And what people don't realize, because I was looking at some of the fans' comments, they were saying, yeah, Jack, they kind of let him go by because it didn't sound. It wasn't actually how it sounded. It was whether or not you were hitting playing the note, because no way did I sound like Izzy, because I didn't know how to blow into that homemade flute. But after 6 tries, I think I finally got it. So it wasn't how well it sounded, it was whether or not you were hitting the actual note.
Yes. I had noticed that too, and then I saw people that were saying, hey, that doesn't seem fair. And I'm like, it wasn't the point of making it sound like this. No. It was making sure whatever the notes were played correctly. So it didn't matter if it was beautiful or just like more of a kind of sound with playing the note. So yeah, I'm 100% with you.
Yeah. I did, for the sake of notes, I threw on this slide where people left in the order, because I feel like this was important in changing some of the placements for people. Jazz and Jag actually leave this detour in first place, but we know Tucker and Eric get to the sausages in first place first. And I think that's because while Find the Beat was closer to where Parliament was, where you're going to do the sausages seemed closer to where Hit the Note.
Yes, it was closer. Yeah, it was.
And so in many respects, you already had that 3 hours behind you at this point, Chelsie and Jack, where I think you know, you're so close to the sausages at this point. There was probably not a chance of getting lost nearly as much. As
We
what it had
didn't,
been.
and the good thing is we didn't after
Thank
that.
goodness.
But Joseph and Adam got massively lost from their dance to, I think they danced to here.
Yes.
So
Correct.
that's, we
Yeah.
kind of swapped
Yes.
where each team got lost. Yeah.
Yes.
And it didn't make the edit, you're right, but they did comment on the fact that they really struggled making it from where they went to dancing, where Jazz and Jag were, to
Yeah.
where this, you know. So at this point, route info says you rip and read Green Hours Jazz and Theater Cafe. They don't tell you what you're doing at that point till you get there. You get there and you find out that this is not just a route info where you're going to pick up a new clue and rip and read. This is what's called an active route info. An active route info, for those who don't follow the show very closely, this is stuff where you have to do a challenge together in order to get that next clue. So it's not like a detour where you're choosing between tasks. It's not like a roadblock where you're choosing between your team. Your whole team together has to each roll 10 meaty sausages and then eat a grilled sausage each. Was this easy? Was this hard? It seemed like you guys got it pretty quickly, just 2 attempts.
It was easy. You just roll a sausage. Like I had to go back and do like maybe 2 or 3 a little bit bigger, but we finished that no problem at all.
Yeah, it wasn't
Ask
that good.
Kylan and Taylor how easy it was.
Oh God.
That was so funny. Oh my, Kylan is hold it like this and then roll. Look at me. Look at me.
Not that difficult.
I thought he was talking to a little 2-year-old kid.
Child.
That was so funny.
Well, and to be fair, Kylan was drawing a lot of hate in the chat BCC chat for how condescending his tone was coming across, I guess. And Taylor came to his defense and said, whoa, this edit is making him look way more ambitious in how he was trying to dial things down to me. Like Taylor said, she was spiraling because she couldn't understand what she was doing that wasn't allowing the sausages to come out as perfect as how his were. His were perfect. She didn't need to redo any of his.
Right.
And so she appreciated how he was trying to like break it down for her. But yeah, that edit looked bad.
Yeah, I know.
And then Dad's chomping in your ear, Chelsie. Like, what was going on with the eating of the sausage? Because Lori can sympathize.
I was trying to enjoy this meaty sausage, and all I hear. Let me just get on my soapbox for a second, guys.
Yes.
Throughout the race, he brings 2 items that I just wanted to toss. He brought toothpicks, okay, and he brought gum. The toothpick, who smacks on a toothpick? Jack Bayham does. I was
My
like,
dad.
see, I couldn't do it. I was like, if you don't take this toothpick out of your mouth, so the sausage just threw me over the edge. I was like, let me enjoy this moment. I've been running for 5 hours. I want to eat my sausage in silence.
Now, let me justify. First of all, I grind my teeth a lot. I grind when I'm doing nothing. So I like to have either gum or a toothpick in my mouth so I'm not grinding my teeth.
She's gone.
And of course, we're stressing out, right? And then, of course, Miss None ever smacked in her life. I'm sitting there trying to eat my sausages. I just wanted a beer to drink it down with. Like,
enjoy
people
this.
are around us drinking beers and enjoying sausages. I'm like, oh my God. Yeah, she got on her dad. Whatever.
So I am also a loud eater, and when I'm really enjoying something, I get even louder with how I'm enjoying it. And Lori's just like, big pet peeve for her.
Shut up.
Like, can you not chomp in my ear? So when you're saying that, like, it resonated so much for me and Lori.
You felt me,
hilarious.
Scott, right? You felt me, and Lori felt her, right?
And
Whatever.
let's talk for a minute about the sound machine that made its
Oh
way
my gosh.
on the Amazing Race.
Actually, send me that link. I need it when I
Lori
travel.
wants to bring one on the
Because I
Amazing Race.
listened to it on my phone, but when
Yes.
I'm on the Amazing Race and they took my phone, I'm like, how? I have to sleep in silence? Like
So
that
for
was
context,
crazy.
for context, we lay down and sequester, and because we're sharing a room, I lay my head on the pillow and I start hearing waves. I was like, "Did you bring a sound? You got a sound machine, a Tempur-Pedic pillow, a golf book." Yes.
A golf book.
Okay, so she just throws me under the bus. I have an explanation for everything. So here's the reason. In the fire department for 31 years, we sleep in a big dorm. There's guys or firefighters that snore like heck. So what we did to drown out the noise of the snores, because we're bed next to bed, we put huge, big square box fans in and turn it up as loud as they go, so you drown out the noise. So now when I get home and it's total silence, I can't sleep in total silence. I have to have some type of noise. So I brought my little $20 white noise machine. Let's go, fire it up, baby. And I slept so good. Oh, I slept so good.
Rick and Sonia, are you guys taking a sound machine?
We're bringing one down to Orlando.
Yes.
For sure. Oh yeah, we got the 15-hour brown noise on Spotify.
Yes.
Brown noise is where it's at. You don't know
Yes.
about brown noise, like
Yeah, I don't know.
way better
I
than
don't-
white noise.
I don't know.
But I
brown
do
noise.
at home have a box fan too, Jack. So I
There
feel
you go,
Jack.
Lori. I feel you.
I feel you.
Yes.
That's hilarious. Okay, let's move along. There's still so much to talk about, and we're already like cruising. So let's say momentary mistake. And again, foreshadowing is a total biatch when it comes to Amazing Race. When you say something, it's almost certainly going to be the opposite. Like we find out right away that this is a 37-minute taxi ride. Now, first off, I didn't hear anywhere in the edit where they gave you permission to take the taxi. So I see Tucker and Eric jump in the taxi and I'm screaming at the TV, like, what are you guys doing? You're going to get a penalty. You guys are idiots. Then Jazz and Jag get in a taxi and I'm like, okay, it must be okay.
I thought the clue. I
They didn't share it in the edit.
Didn't make the edit. Yeah.
Okay.
So obviously 37 minutes was huge because it allows Jag and Jazz, who leave in second, to actually arrive at the mat in first. And I guess it's because they got a taxi driver that found a shortcut that works out amazingly well for them. Tucker and Eric get some idiot who ends up going down the wrong way at one point. They got to do a 3-point turn to like turn around. Anyways.
So frustrating.
Yeah.
Was it
'Cause that's
close?
how they
Was
were
it far?
It was a good 30 minutes.
Okay.
We left.
Traffic was bad?
During traffic.
Traffic, yes.
So it took us a little bit longer to get there. Yeah.
All right. We get to the palace. First off, this place looked beautiful. Like I was impressed by it. There wasn't a pit stop greeter at the mat because apparently he was at the gate. Interesting little uniqueness there.
Yeah, I like that.
I paid attention. I grabbed screenshots of those because he was in full guard, like, regalia. But we get a finishing of kind of everybody. Jazz and Jag, of course, get there in first. First time Eric and Tucker in this stream of legs didn't finish first. If they would have finished first, they would have tied Justin and Diana for most in a row with 5. But from there, Kylan and Taylor were third. Izzy and Paige were fourth. You guys managed to grab that 5th slot. Good job. And then Joseph and Adam in 6th. Let's talk about Joseph and Adam. Like we got to this earlier. Lori was trying to jump the gun, but that taxi drive, Adam just melted.
Yeah.
He just took it all on himself. It was so sad.
Yeah, of course we didn't know that, and after I watched the show, I was like, "Oh man!" But I understood 100% how Adam felt. He felt that as if they lost because of his, his illness, which I understand. But that was just the fact that Joseph brought him on with his. That was awesome. I love those guys. They're so fun to race with. I'll race with them any day. And Joseph is he's so hilarious. He's so hilarious. So that was a tough one.
I think every team deals with this dynamic. I mean, Molly, you and Emily had moments the same way, right? There were moments where Emily felt like she was holding you back because of her knee. And I know you had a couple of moments in the race where you even felt like you were holding her back because there were things that you were struggling a little bit with. Like, what's that like to carry on your shoulders for the entire season?
I mean, when Marcus and Michael, the military brothers, went out in Malaga, not Malaga, in Ronda, Spain, he even said it at the end of the match. He's like, I feel like I just took $500,000 away from my brother.
Yeah.
And I think, that's kind of what it comes down to in the end. Is like, if I just could have showed up better, if I didn't have this injury, if I didn't, we could have made it to the end. Yeah. So it's heavy. It's hard. it's a sign of, selflessness. I think that you're not just thinking about yourself, you're thinking
Right.
about, the person you're racing with. And in a show about relationships, it's not surprising to see that dynamic kind of play out.
Yes.
But yeah, and I will tell you, Emily to this day still thinks it's her fault we lost. She beats herself up about it. And I'm just like, it's not your fault.
Would you guys race again?
Oh yeah. We're ready.
She already said she wouldn't race with me. She already said it.
So you can join our team.
His knees are incapable of anything right now.
I went the first week, the first leg, my knees were fine. And then that week and a half in, my knee said, yo, hey, slow down, homeboy. And that's when it got tough. But the thing was with her, she had just won. I don't like Bayhams. We don't like losing. Her and I are just alike. I hate losing. I don't care what it is. And I was going to do everything I could to try to win this race. And at one point she said, Dad, we can just quit if you're in that. I said, what?
That much pain.
Yeah, he was in that much pain.
But I said, quit.
And I was like, it wasn't worth, because I signed him up for Wipeout years ago, and he went on and he tore his pec. So yes, he tore his pec, but he made it really far.
Oh my gosh, I love that show.
We got to go find these episodes.
Yes. So I was like, I've won a show before. Like, Amazing Race is more about the experience than it really is. Like, obviously we all want to win the money, but you get to go on this experience for free and live your best life. Like I said, we've done so much. I'm good. Like, we can quit. And he didn't want to give up, which I commended him.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, I do know that there are parent-child teams that do really well, but then there's some frustrations about returning opportunities because sometimes the parent, like I know Pops and Jeff, same story, right? Pops hurt his ankle. Jeff was like trying to drag him along as long as he could. And Pops bears the burden of like, I feel like I held my son back. If I hadn't hurt my ankle as bad as I did, maybe we would have won that foot race against Nick and Mike during that leg 6. But
tied to that, Scott, can I insert something?
Yes, please.
So behind the scenes on that, and a tip for any future racers, the reason Pops hurt his ankle is he did not wear compression socks on all their long flights. So his ankles were swollen. Yep. And he couldn't work through it. There wasn't enough rest time to give his ankles rest. So that is the reason why, because he's a very athletic,
physical
lumberjack. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
But it was no compression socks that did him in right at the start.
Bring those compression socks.
Sorry to interrupt you, Scott.
No, I appreciate that. That's good. What I was going to say was, I wonder if there's an opportunity, because I know Danny and Angie, same story. Danny would love to compete again. He's not sure if he'd bring his mom. I wonder if they couldn't have a rematching of some returner teams where there are some split ups, almost like a season 29 fans favorites, type element. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully there's lots of Amazing Race seasons ahead of us, but long story short, this duo did not see the end of it. And some haters out there, and I'm going to call you haters because you're just being rude. They're mad that this was a non-elimination leg that saved a male team. Because especially on the hindsight of a lot of female teams that went out in previous legs, I just want to say Amazing Race has this stuff dialed in long before the season ever starts. So this was already preconceived to be the non-elimination leg. It wasn't because, host Phil loves this duo, because he clearly does, and we all do too, but it wasn't just a way to save them. This was already preconceived, like this was the way it was going to be. But they are going to have to go up against a speed bump in the next leg, some kind of a challenge or extra that they're going to have to deal with. So we'll have to see what that is. This shows some of the shifting. We see Joseph and Adam drop the most. They went down 3 spots compared to they were before. Izzy and Paige rose the most by rising 2 slots from where they were. You guys stayed right in the middle, right in the same same spot.
Yeah.
But moving forward, I do want to talk about this next episode because we got some teasers. Now, I'll preface this by I don't want you guys to get in trouble, Chelsie and Jack, because I don't want Mallory or any of the people at CBC suing us on this podcast for any spoilers. But so I'm just going to preface it for what CBS themselves gave us. Episode 9 is entitled "I'm Not a Big Fan of Olives." They've given us a preview and they've said after a
I love olives.
Okay, somebody.
I think it was easier page.
Yeah.
I think it
No, it
was
was
easier
not.
page.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it says after a surprising live double U-turn, Phil sends the teams off to race through Athens, Greece this next week. Amazing race, Wednesday, November 19th. Live double U-turn vote. I will have to say, Lori and I are not fans.
Nope, I don't
We
think
do
so.
not like live double U-turn votes. It was our
Jack,
demise.
keep your mouth shut.
But I do like the way they totally different. They did it differently than our season. Like this was only the next. Well, no, I'm saying like we had pictures with like that little, that metal thing, and they've got like some kind of a box or something. So I love that it wasn't like the same. Like they even just changed that element of it. I thought that was pretty cool.
It seems late in the game for a live double.
Right?
Telling Molly, it's
God.
late. I was like, what are we doing? This race is almost over. Where?
First off, I have to say, it's never a good thing when you see Phil before the mat. It is a twist that is not good. It doesn't bode well. It's meant to create drama. And in a season that's already giving so much drama, like we knew with Big Brother being the way it is and voting each other for evictions and all that stuff, we knew live double U-turn was going to happen. I expected it sooner. I agree with both of you, Molly and Chelsie. Like I thought this was way late for it, but actions have consequences. And now you're going to have to get called on the carpet for why you're some other team.
Man. I can't wait.
I have so much to say that I
bet.
can't wait till this episode is over. Because as the strategist of Big Brother, okay?
Yes.
This episode, I just look at these people. I'm like, y'all don't want to win $1 million. Y'all are some dumbasses, and I'm over it. What are we doing? But yeah, when we got, I can't talk about it, but can't wait for you guys to watch it. This is the craziest episode of the entire season. And all of us have been looking forward to this specific episode. So get ready because it gets really, really, really spicy.
One word. Drama.
Drama.
I gotta get my popcorn ready for next one.
I'm gonna leak something else. I'm not gonna get in trouble for this because this is not me leaking anything CBS related, but I'm gonna tell those that are tuning in this week who we have lined up for guests for next week's recap. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
We've got Brendan and Rachel coming on.
Wow.
Rachel was the first recipient of the live double U-turn vote that ever happened in season 31 when she was on with her sister Alyssa.
Yeah.
And she did not survive the vote. Lori and I are on. We did not survive the vote. So there's a lot of PTSD surrounding live double U-turn votes for those guests on the recap. We also have coming back on the show, we're going to have Jag and Jazz and Kylan and Taylor.
Wow.
It's going to be
It's
spicy.
going to be intense, let's just say. So tune in, not just
Chelsea's
for... Chelsea's like, I don't want any part of that. Staying out of that. It's going to be messy. It's going to be spicy. And it's because I think you nailed it, Chelsie. I think this is going to be a really fun episode. I'm excited for viewers to tune in, watch the episode Wednesday night, and then tune in for our recap following because it's going to be more tea spilled when we break down this episode with everybody.
Can't wait.
Guys, before we conclude, I'm going to give you guys a chance just to summarize, give your thoughts on the amazing race, this episode, whatever you want to go. We'll start with Rick and Sonia. We'll work our way back.
Go ahead.
Sure. So if I could choose one thing to take home as a souvenir from this episode, it would have been that sweet vest that the dancers were wearing. I don't want the flute, I don't want the egg, but that vest was killer, and I would have rocked it for the rest of the episode.
Did they let you guys take any souvenirs from the episode? I heard they took the hockey jerseys back. They
Yeah,
wouldn't let
we
you
were
keep
so
those.
mad. Like,
Get anything.
who is gonna wear a hockey jersey with our names on it? Nobody.
I know.
I hope
No.
they send it to us. I hope.
Okay.
Yeah.
Molly,
Yeah, it's not like Big Brother. Big Brother, you gotta get
We get
all your
everything.
swag. Yeah.
I get my swag.
Yeah.
Right?
I had to buy this. I had to pay for this with my own money.
You guys need to apply. I know you only have a month left in your contract, right?
February.
February, I'm a free agent.
Nice.
Oh, if you don't get another NBC call, you guys need to. It is a life-changing experience. I feel like you guys will be iconic.
You guys will
You
do
need to
awesome.
apply next year. Yes.
Thank you.
It was
Absolutely.
We're gonna make their audition video in Orlando. We're gonna work on that.
Oh, there you go. That's
That's
perfect.
All right, Molly.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
I just wanted to shout out to all the one-liners this season. I think with all the Big Brother players
Lots
who are
of
used
memes.
to, all the interviews, it's been great. Like I think this episode, even Paige slipped one in there. She's like, "Izzy, or you did excellent." After that, and Taylor, I was cracking up because I was like, "What is she saying?" She's like, "We're gonna Expedia our way out of here. Expedia our way out of here." I'm like, "Oh, that girl knows what she's doing."
Yeah, this is
Chelsea,
definitely
I don't know,
the-
you have so many good one-liners. I can't even recall them, but yeah, it's been so entertaining.
Well, Jack's delivering on the one-liners, not just on the show, but also in
Oh,
chat
in life.
BCC.
Oh my
He
gosh,
is
chat
dropping the mic all the time. It's so funny.
I don't
All right.
usually do this, so it's just I'm joining in and having a good time with the fans.
So fun.
Any concluding thoughts, Chelsea?
No, watch the next episode. Get your popcorn, get your drink, and I will be tuning in when you guys do your next podcast because we
Yes.
pray you don't get lost. Next leg. That's all I gotta say.
Yes.
Oh, can't wait to watch. You guys, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules to join us. We love The Amazing Race. We love doing this recap. And I just love hearing the different opinions, the different thoughts on the recap. I think this is so much fun, but I know you guys have busy lives. And so for you to take time to join Lori and I, we just really appreciate you. So love you guys so much.
Yes.
Can't wait
Thank
to see
you.
back
Thanks
on
for
our
having me,
screens.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.
And we're going to send it out with our dance intro to conclude. Love ya.